Hey, I'm so excited to be here with you today. For my new friends, hi, I'm Julie Bethany, and I create content to empower you to live your best, most authentic life as the truest you version of who you are. And I give you tools and resources to do that here. And if we're not official friends yet, I'd love to keep hanging out with you, and we can do that if you subscribe to the show here and or come hang out with me where I'm most active, which is on the gram at Julie Bethany, where I share daily empowerment for you in even more bite-sized bits. Okay, I'm sure that at one point in your life, you maybe dreamed up what you thought this point in your life was going to look like. And I have a feeling it's perhaps vastly different in reality than in the dreams you dreamed for yourself back then. Maybe you imagine you'd be in a job you love, sharing your free time with friends you love, and your evenings with your lover and your 10 cats. No, that's just me. Maybe. But I bet your life looks pretty different than that. Like maybe you just have 9 cats. And I also wonder if you may be experiencing what a lot of people do. In fact, what the majority of people do, which is wanting your life to change and drastically and not seeing much progress yet. And you probably feel pretty discouraged by that, but I'm here to encourage you by giving you strategies, practical strategies that work to change your life for the better. Now, we're going to cut straight to the chase on this one, and the problem and solution I'm happy to share is that we need to change your identity, aka how you see yourself. When you want to start getting healthier, for example, you probably identify with an unhealthy person who wants to get healthier. But the key is we need to start identifying as the healthier you. This is because we will act according to how we see ourselves. And if we see ourselves as our old selves trying to do something new, we'll act accordingly as our old selves. But if we decide we are actually the person we want to be and we're becoming more of them every day, we'll also act accordingly. We'll act as the best version of ourselves. And my entire show is based on this concept I call living vicariously through yourself. It may or may not even be the title of the show. Wow, what a coincidence. But what that means most simply is you get to determine who you are at your core, who the most authentic version of yourself is. Then you decide to identify with them, and then you act as them, and therefore you become them. So what gets in the way of us acting as the best version of ourselves and thus living the life of our dreams? Because it sounds easy, but easier said than done. 2 big things. Firstly, society wants you to believe that the best version of yourself is someone it determines who is different than who you really are. In society's mind, you have to become someone else in order to become the best version of yourself. But the truth is that will never make you happy. Living out your values in the way you want to as the most authentic version of who you are is what actually brings happiness. So the best version of yourself is yourself living truest to who you are at your core. And society and good marketing tactics too, honestly, will create you as an ideal customer avatar to buy into what it wants you to in order to sell you what it wants to. But we need to use these tactics for ourselves instead and create our ideal self-identity avatar. What I mean by that is we need to decide who we are at our cores and therefore who we want to be and use that identity to take on and own and create the life of our dreams with. So I recommend writing a list of your values, who you want to be, what great qualities you want to grow within yourself, what you love about yourself, and the life you want to live and create your ideal self-identity avatar. Then you can live like them. And when you live like your best self, you become them. And a benefit of this is that at every twist and turn, when you don't know what to do, you can pull a WWJD. That's normally what would Jesus do for those who know, but put yourself in there. So like, what would Julie do? What would the best version of yourself do? And do that. It's easy to act like them, like your most authentic self, once you've defined what the best version of yourself looks like and acts like and who they are. Who you are, really. So let's make it super easy. Define who the best version of yourself is and what you do acting as them. Identify with them and start acting as they do because you know that you are them. So what else gets in the way of us acting as the best versions of ourselves and thus really living out the life of our dreams? First, we have society. Next, evidence. Our brains are smart to an extent, but also have built-in survival mechanisms that were meant to protect us in the wild, but now can do more harm than good unless we hack them. Our brains want us to use evidence wisely to inform us of what we can do using what we've already done and whether we've been successful at it or not. It makes logical sense, but what happens when we try something new or want to try and succeed at something we've never previously succeeded at? Are we out of luck? Nah, but our brains will then tell us we can't be successful because it has evidence to the contrary. So what we need to do is use equivalent evidence or create new evidence in the case for us succeeding at our dreams and being the person we want to be. I've chatted about this more extensively in episode 37 about overcoming imposter syndrome, so by all means, check it out if you're interested. But to give you the Cliff Notes version here, you want to either use things you've done successfully in the past to remind your brain you've been successful at things in general, so can therefore be successful at new ones too, and or you want to start creating experiences of you doing the things you want to do, aka creating new evidence that you can be successful by starting to do what you want and celebrating the small successes you have along the way. So our takeaways today are that if you want to change yourself and your life, you need to start with changing your self-identity. And you can do that by creating a new self-identity avatar. So using marketing strategies really, and decide who you want to become and the life you want to live by really focusing on who you really are and acting more like them, making the choices they make and doing the things they do in order to become them. And taking on their identity is really what you're doing, which is your most authentic, true identity, aka you're living vicariously through yourself. You'll also need to use equivalent evidence or create new evidence in the case for you succeeding at your dreams and being the person you want to be. This will help you inform your brain of who you are and how to act, and then will get you leaps and bounds toward becoming the person you want to be and living the life of your dreams much, much faster than if you didn't use these strategies at all. So give them a try, and I'd love to know how it goes too. So please do share with me your successes in the comments or on social media. All right, I cannot wait to see all you do and create with this one precious life you have. If you like this episode, will you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, rate it, or subscribe, because I would love to keep hanging out with you here or on Instagram at Julie Bethany. And if you want to go even deeper and you're feeling truly stuck and want someone, aka me, to guide you through the exact steps of getting unstuck and getting moving on your goal right now, I have a free mini course where you can watch it right away, and a full-length one too if you really love that one. And you can find it at juliebethany.com/courses or in the show notes here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. That's her speech today. Where are you going and what is on you, huh? Great speech. 10 out of 10. I interrupt myself for this very important announcement. You're so welcome. I am beyond excited to share with you that I have a free mini course you can take right now, but also maybe wait until after you finish this episode, but to each their own. I'm not going to stop you from doing you. But the course is about helping you get unstuck and re-inspired if you feel like you're in a place, like a lot of us do often, honestly, where you just don't know what you want next for your life, or if you do, how to get it. The mini course includes 10 quick minutes of me sharing strategies to help you get unstuck and re-inspired, and comes with a complimentary one-page journal entry you can download for you to work through what you want for your life and how to create the momentum to get what you want next for yourself in the easiest and fastest way possible. And you'll take away actionable items you can apply right away. And as a bonus, after the initial course, if you still left wanting more, I'll tell you about my full-length version of that course that will walk you through creating a goal and a plan to achieve it in order to get you closer to the life of your dreams you want to be living, and the exact steps to do that over the next 3 months. I will hold your lovely hands in mine and guide you toward figuring out what you want and then how to get it efficiently if you want to take it a step further. I shall run the marathon with you after the sprint so that in 3 months you will have achieved something you really want in your life. All good things take time, so for the sake of the best version of yourself and the life you could be living 3 months from now, which will fly by, you don't need to put off your dreams any longer. You deserve to live the life of your dreams as soon as possible because why not? So let's start today. I'm ready. Are you? To check it out and get the free mini course so you can apply the tools to improve your life right away, and or to learn more about the full-length course about going from stuck to re-inspired and really crushing a massive goal in only 3 months' time with me, the links are included with this episode. I can't wait to see what you create for your life with it. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.